May the 6th, 2022, and we welcome you to Jake's Bounty. That's right, I'm in the garage, and it is a unfamiliar Friday, so let's do it. Alright, thank you for joining the Jake's Bounty. Like I said, I'm your host, Jake Hernandez. It is a unfamiliar Friday, so we'll bring you a band that you're most likely unfamiliar with and tell you about them, a little bio and whatnot. First off, we're going to go ahead and take the music today provided by, once again, The Deadpool. That's right, The Deadpool with their album Take Pity, and that was a song, In Your Eyes. Alright, we'll hear more from it later on as the show progresses, but first, let's also go ahead and thank the other sponsors today. We've got the shitty movie Aloha. That's right, if you want to punish yourself, maybe you've done something really bad, or maybe you've done something in a previous life that was really, really bad. Here you go, Aloha. Rent it at Ray's Video, $1, 7-day rental right now. Movie of the week right now, Ray's Video. Great cast, but shitty movie. Okay, Dog Training for Dummies. You can get this guy for $5.99. It's helped me out a whole bunch. Hope it's helped you guys out too. You're like, why do we need to buy it, Jake? You keep on telling us more helpful hints. Well, hey, just in case you want to get it all right here for yourself and thumb through it, you know, and just pick out what you need. It's right here, Dog Training for Dummies at Jake's Bounty. You type in the word dummy, you get it $5.99. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the news. We had a little bit of news in the last 24 hours. Man was sentenced to life in prison for brutal 2018 murder of his roommate Alexander's Shin, I guess. Alexander Shin, not S-H, where did I get that from? S-H-I-N-N. He was 28, and they sentenced his roommate to life in prison, a 25-year-old, excuse me, I am wrong, Alexander Shin, sentenced to life in prison for beating up 25-year-old Brian Garza, his roommate. He beat him up in 2018 and led to his death. He beat him up in the Mill Bar while he slept on their couch in December 2018. Wow. Tower Theater owners asked judge to throw out the Adventure Church lawsuit. Now they want the church to pay for their legal fees. All right. It's understandable they had to do all this, bullshit when they knew that part of Sequoia Brewing Company owned, part of the theater, so nothing was going to happen, but they still had to get all the lawyers, pay all the fees, and now they're asking for help, and well, why not? Parents face backlash after child finishes marathon. I don't know if you guys witnessed this or heard about this, but a 6-year-old child had finished a Cincinnati, Ohio marathon titled the Flying Pig Marathon, which is a 26.2 mile marathon. All right, and she finished it with her siblings and her parents, and it took them 8 hours and 35 minutes. So just over a day's work. Wow. Some people are up in arms about it. Others are like, "Hey, good job! You teach your son some good goals and some good skills." But, is that too long? They did say the child was having trouble in some spots, but the 26.2 mile, marathon, I think even adults would have trouble with it. And the kid's also done other marathons as well. So, don't go freaking out. All right, Fresno Latin American restaurant sees 3 break-ins in 6 months, including yesterday. That's right, Cinco de Mayo, they get broken into. Sabor Cocina, which means tasty kitchen, I think. Third burglary in 6 months. They're around the Fresno Fig Garden Loop area, and they got broken into at 5 a.m. The manager was like, I was going to come in early, but not that early. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into Dog Training for Dummies. I'm a dummy. Maybe you're a dummy when it comes to dogs. I'm a dummy all the time. No, just kidding. But you're getting your checkup, preparing for the stand for the examination. All right, the stand for exam, in other words, the stand and staying exercise is a requirement for the novice class, but it's a practical and useful command to teach your dog in general. All right. Brushing, grooming, wiping feet, as well as visiting the vet are certainly a lot easier with a dog who can be trained to stand still than with one who's perpetually in motion, or worse yet, flipping upside down under your chair in the veterinary office. That was my dog, Duke. All right, you give your leash to the steward, and the judge says, stand your dog, and when you're ready, go ahead and walk your dog. You stand your dog in your position on your left side, and you say stay. Walks 6 feet straight forward in front of your dog, turn around, and stand facing the dog. The judge approaches your dog. The judge approaches your dog from in front of it and touches your dog's shoulders, body, and hind quarter. With one hand, the judge then says, back to your dog. You walk around behind your dog and return to the heel position. So if your dog knows how to do all this, which most dogs don't, but if for say sometime it did know how to do all this, this would be good for, like, say, grooming, bathing, handing it all the dog off to somebody, in that kind of situation. So you can practice these steps and many more steps as well. Dog training for dummies. Type in the word dummy here at Jake's Bounty. Get it for $5.99 when you do so. All right, well, today is Unfamiliar Friday, and I wanted to share with you a band that I'm crazy about, and you guys probably never even heard about. They're called Sugar Tooth, and the reason I'm going to talk about them, I like the band, but also there's some news that they've gotten back together, and also are preparing a new album out. So, yes. Sugar Tooth is an alternative rock band that was formed in the early 1990s. All right, Timothy Michael Gruz, Mark Hunter, and Josh Blum formed the group after meeting each other in the Southern California band circuit while playing in separate groups. They worked with two different drummers over the time, Joey Castillo and Dusty Watson. The explosive success of alternative grunge music and the growing appearance of bands like Candlebox prompted record companies to sign a large number of bands as they came along. Sugar Tooth, as a result, quickly was signed a contract with David Geffen, and the band's self-titled debut was released in 1994. The song "Sold My Fortune" became a modest hit after appearing on an episode of Beavis and Butthead, and the group regularly opened shows for Slayer, Super Suckers, check them out, Stone Temple Pilots, and Soundgarden. Castillo recorded drums for the band's follow-up album before leaving to join Danzig. During recording, Sugar Tooth contributed the music to a song called "Tortured Man" that the Dust Brothers were putting together for the soundtrack of the film Private Parts. This song would later feature vocals by Howard Stern. Okay, you can get that and see that on the Private Parts album, the album. After the commercial failure of their 1996 album, the band split up. In late 2021, official social media accounts were created for the band, where it was announced later that members Hunter, Bloom, and Castillo were working on and about to record new music. In March 2022, the band confirmed that a new album was in the works, due out hopefully later in the year. All right, go look at their albums, their self-titled debut in 1994, and their second album, Sounds of Solid. Very good album, a very debut album. Even their second album is very good, but it's different. The first album, hard, grungy, rock and roll type sound, while the second album features a more remixed type version by the Dust Brothers, who were popular for working with Beck, Hanson, and other artists as well. But that is great news to hear that they're back and working at on an album. Hopefully they might tour. I never got to see them live. I always liked their song "Sold My Fortune," and I even liked their other second album too. What's this song called? Clubfoot is a really good song as well. A really good song to get high to. But you can go ahead and check them out on any music media platform. Look them up on the internet. Real easy. Sugar Tooth. All right. So go ahead and check them out. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today. But before we say goodbye, I want to go ahead and check out my bounty. So come on. Go ahead and look at my bounty. I did all right today. I got a bag and a half. So here we go. I already emptied some of the bag out from the last one. So we got some Modelo, one tall one. We've got exposed aloe. This is aloe vera and honey. Yum, yum. Kirkland water. There we go. Rain energy drink right there. Some body fuel. This one's a lemonade Dole. I didn't even drink that. I know because I had to dump all of it out. And here's a Coors Medium right there. All right, 16 ouncer. Okay, put those back. I didn't find anything on my excursion today. No felt tip markers or anything like that, but did well, like I said, with the can. So hey, you got to take what you get. And I'll tell you about Monday. Monday, we're going to be having Music Mondays that happened back in this day of music. We're also having the news, my bounty, and so much more. I also wanted to tell you about my doctor's visit that happened yesterday. It was good, okay? My seizures are more or less happening because of PTSD from when my father passed away due to a drug overdose back in 2007. And the way I dealt with it was just not the right way to deal with it. You know, I don't think there is a proper way to deal with it. You know, everybody deals with it in their own way. Me, I chose drugs and to try to see, you know, exactly, you know, what meth is all about and why my dad did it for so long. And then I did it, and then I couldn't figure out why I was doing it for so long because I hated it. And then I started having seizures, and more or less it was happening because of the PTSD from, you know, stemming from my father passing, as well as identifying the body and other things that went along with that, and not grieving properly, not doing the right steps to grieve. Instead of self-medicating, you know, I should have done therapy and actually done it the right way, you know. But hey, everything's hindsight 2020. So now knowing this, I'm gonna, you know, move forward, and you know, I can only hope that I'll have less seizures, knowing the PTSD that I'm going through or that had suffered to receive these seizures. So, you know, it's not epilepsy. For the most part, they believe it's not epilepsy, and they believe it stems from PTSD, that I have psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. And so, you know, I need to be safe. You know, I can't drive, and most likely I can't work around people, you know, but my life can still go on. It still can be manageable. It still can be fun. It still can be productive, and I can still be a part of society. And you know, if you're in the same boat or similar, just know that you are loved and that you do make a difference, and go out there and do your best every day. All right? Well, hey, thanks for tuning in, and you guys be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And hey, everybody have a happy Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. And just have a good weekend overall, and I'll see you guys on Monday. All right, here's some more of the Deadpool Within Your Eyes. See ya. Jake's Bounty was filmed at 400 Yourself Records Studios, 2022. You can find him on Facebook, channel, website. Leave a like and comment. As always, please subscribe.